This is a role play between a CHW and a client. The client has hypertension, and we're talking about how to make changes to diet. Hey, Lee, it's really good to see you again. I'm sorry I couldn't meet last week.
Hey, it happens.
It does, it does. But I understand that what you really wanted to focus on was coming up with a plan for your diet to better manage your high blood pressure. Is that still where you are today?
Yes, it is. I've been having a hard time with it because I don't, I know a little bit about it, but not enough.
Yeah. Well, and changing diet, honestly, is one of the hardest things that we do. I know it's something that I've struggled with for sure. And, I've got some information that I can share with you, but, the place that I always like to start is with, what your current state of knowledge is coming in. And I'm just wondering if we could do, sort of like a really simple kind of chart, okay, which is basically, tell me a little bit about what you know about the kinds of food and drink that are things that are going to increase your risks for high blood pressure, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I'm just putting the up arrow there. And what is the type of food and drink that will actually help you to reduce your high blood pressure? And, I don't expect that you know everything. That's why you're here.
I think as far as going up, it'd be soda, anything that's sugar carb, has sugar in it, like chocolate milk, stuff.
Yep.
I know, and I know all that is not good for me, but it's all the stuff I like. So
that's the way it always is, right?
Yeah, like sugar in my coffee. Am I having too much sugar in my coffee? And it's the same with salt. So
yeah, those are two of the real big things that we have to watch out for.
Absolutely, and I know that I have a hard time because I know when I'm having fries or whatever, I salt them down.
Yeah.
Or eggs, I salt them down, and so
yeah,
it's just how this is my eating habits up till now.
Right, and probably, for most of us, habits that started early in our life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I watched my father do it, and I thought, well, he's never led me astray, so
right.
So it must be good,
Well, and they didn't have
right.
the benefit of knowing what what unfortunately we know now.
Yeah.
So that's a great starting point in terms of the sugary foods and sugary drinks
right.
are things that can increase our risks, and salt is a real big one.
Right.
What would you say are some of the things that are better choices in terms of food and drink that will help you to better manage your high blood pressure? What are the healthy things? Yeah.
Water, a lot of water.
Yep.
Occasional dairy, I guess, like milk, cheese. I don't like cottage cheese, so that's not going to work. I don't know. I usually when I eat now, I eat a lot of oatmeal. So that's good for supposed to be good for your heart.
Yeah, it really is, and particularly, and we can talk about this later, but the least processed oatmeal, like not those rolled oats, but if you get the sort of rawest form,
really,
that's pretty much the best usually in any kind of food.
Okay.
The whole grain.
Right.
But this already is a really great starting point because you're coming in with a pretty sound understanding of some of the things that are least healthy for you,
right,
and some of the things that are better for you.
Right.
And the trick, of course, is how do we put those into action, right?
Right. My whole thing is you always hear about people talking about how to kick in your metabolism to get your carbohydrates to be eaten up, and I can't figure out what they're talking about. Because they say, drink a glass of milk before you go to bed, and it kicks it in while you're sleeping. There's all kinds of weird things you hear, but aren't necessarily true.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not something I know anything about, and but I do know that part of the problem that we have with figuring this out, what should we be eating, what's healthy for our heart,
right,
is that there's so much information out there, and some of it is good information, and some of it isn't.
Right.
So that's one of the things I want to do with you today is share one really good source of information about nutrition that we share with all of our patients.